Hello and welcome to another video of Solidity Do-It-Yourself tutorials. In this video, we're going to talk about low-level transactions, call data, and what are receive and fallback function. So with that said, let's get started. So in the last video, we deployed this Swift payable contract, and let's do a deposit really quickly, 100 FINA, and I'm going to do a deposit here, and you could see that this is deposited. And you will see 0.1 ether. Now, what is call data and low-level interaction, right? So if you look at this transaction, which has this gas cost, transaction cost, you would see that the value that was deposited was these many ways. However, you would see in the input, there is some kind of a hex. What is this input? I'll copy this. This is the low-level code that is sent to the EVM. And look at this reading here. It says that from the EDCC4, which is this one, the account, to fifth payable contract. So that means from this account to the fifth payable contract at, this is the contract address, value, these many ways were transferred. And what it does is, in the data, it puts all the from to value in the hex format. And therefore, you have this input data. So if I copy this and paste it on the call data here and say transact, you see it says fallback function is not defined. Why is it saying that? The reason it says the fallback function is not defined is because we have not defined the fallback function. It's as simple as that. So what is the fallback function? Now, when I deposited the crypto or 100 FINA from here, it knew that I am hitting the deposit crypto function, and therefore it got transferred. But when I'm taking the same input data and pasting it over here and say transact, it does not know which function should I go, which is my default function, which is my landing function. And therefore, it is looking for a fallback. That means if none of the functions hit, where do I go? That is fallback function. Now, the other side of fallback is the receive function. What the receive function does is it provides you a payable contract function, wherein that will be the initial function, the first function when you want to transfer a crypto from an account to a contract or from a contract to an account. So let's look at it. I click on low-level transactions and you see that receive ether function is called. This is soliditylang.org. So a receive function means a contract that can have at the most the receive function declared using, this is how you declare the receive function. And then corresponding to that is the fallback function. A contract can have at the most one fallback function declared using fallback external payable. Now, let me quickly show you and then the fallback function, and then we'll come back to receive and fallback. So because it's asking for fallback, I'm going to add fallback, right? So I'm going to say fallback function external payable. And then I'm going to just say that when you are in fallback with this transaction, call deposit crypto. I'm just going to say from here, call deposit crypto. Whenever you are in fallback, call the deposit crypto function. That's all, right? Just for now. And then I'm going to delete this contract, go back, compile, and then come back again and deploy. Now the function is deployed with the fallback function. Now I'm going to do the same thing one more time. And by the way, when you compile, you would receive a warning saying that you have the fallback, but there is no receive function. Okay, so don't worry about it, and we'll look at it later. So go back in here and do the same thing. So I'm going to say 100 Finney deposit 0.1 ether, and now you see that there is input. So I copy this. So this was the transfer from this to this with a value of these many ways, and I'm going to copy the input and paste it here. And then I'm going to make it 100 Finney just to replicate the transaction. And now I say transact. Let's see what happens. As soon as I see transact, this works. And you would see that these many ways, the exact amount of ways have been transferred, and you would see that this is from the account to the payable contract, which is at this location. Very simple. So a quick recap. We were talking about low-level interaction. What low-level interaction does is it uses Calldata with the hash function of from, to, and all the details that forms the input to the EVM. This is a low-level interaction. And you can use this, the hash generated from a transaction, and use the transact button. Now, when you say transact using Calldata, it does not know which function to go. So one of the minimum functions it needs is a fallback. That means if none of the functions are executed, which function should it execute? And we will see that when we deploy it to a test network in the next few videos. Number two, fallback function cannot exist independently. So you need a receive function. So in the next video, I'm going to talk to you about what is a receive and what is a fallback, which one occurs first, and how does it all work together. So thank you for watching.